Alright, Gnar comes on through, so it will be the Gragas in the support position. Unless it's support Gnar, which I doubt very much. I want to point out, because I don't think you guys... First one on the scene. Beisheng not going to just let this one go for free. Wanders on in. He's too late. And now Kanavi is trying to chase down the Viking Bear on Viking action. 1v1 in the jungle, bro. Here we go. Beisheng trying to escape, but he is Olaf. He's got attack speed, and he's got some friends as well. We talked about the WE support system. Friendship definitely wants to say something about it. He's hanging around. Missing is only just arriving. The Dragon's already down to 800, and Lumao wants a fight. There's the stun onto Beisheng. Does not have Ragnarok. He's not level 6. The Ignite isn't quite enough. And the heal now from Jomung. WE maybe want to punish this.
A lot of skating is still on WE side that wants to come through as well, between the likes of that Senna and that Orianna, as you're talking about as well. So at the moment, it's kind of Kanavi taking advantage of the strong lanes that he has. But here's that gank we talked about.
That's the ult you talked about. Shanks doesn't have flash, but he's got a shield. And that's going to be a kill onto Yagao. Nicely turned around by missing the shockwave we talked about. Pulls him back in, and Loken falls as well. WE, they read the gank, and they out.
Over the back of that as well, with the shields, the healing. This Viking is going to be doubly tough to take down. So expect Beisheng to just keep trying to run through these advantages that he has. Now, Kanavi looking towards mid.
Shanks has been knocked back. Has flash available, but he's holding on to it. Whiffs the shot. Shanks, man. Why didn't you flash? I feel like he could have escaped that one. He just whiffed. His health bar does start to go down. WE want to answer in the bottom side of the map. Beisheng has that Herald, and they want to kill on Loken immediately. Destroy him. Lumao tries
to keep this wave from hitting that tower, but it means Breathe can take the 1v1.
Yeah, Breathe is happy to just brute force this one as the rest of WE churns into the top side. And you know what? With a setter ult blasted across the map, everybody gets a piece of the pie. That's going to be the first tower taken by WE. What is the response is the question. It's going to be 2 plates in the mid lane available from JDG, as they, I think, have realized what's going on. They're going to start this Drake off for themselves. Now the TP being channeled by Breathe. He wants to get into this pit. They want to fight for the Drake. Breathe is about to turn mini, no. That is not the best situation. In goes the Viking. They want to fight for the Drake. Goes the way of JDG. Now the fight as well. First kill goes their direction. Still 5 strong. Is in goes Azir. Knocks everybody back. Cuts them through as Loken blasting the arrows on through the squad. Kanavi going to try and chase down Breathe. Can they finish off more kills on the back of this one? Stun goes on to Kanavi. Arrow on in. Comet's not enough. But JDG, they get themselves a fight.
That looked like it could have been dangerous for JDG. I saw those chains of corruption go wide from Loken, but Yagao with the hero play there, that big swoop to bring WE into the waiting hands of JDG, and suddenly...
In the old brain, the very old brain, it doesn't seem to work anymore, but let's move over to the Dragon here, as WE's the team that has priority right now, but these arrows from Loken are doing a lot of work to weaken up the squad. Shanks up towards the top side, being bullied out, has to go all the way around to join up with his squad.
Breathe has just hit Mega as well, so JDG are probably going to try and play this back, not give Breathe a chance for an engage.
Well, the Drake is going to just get burst down if JDG don't fight for it. There's a change of corruption. Is massive missing, has to flash away. Udyr gets the Drake once again. That's 3 now. And JDG want a fight on top of it. WE, it felt like they had the advantages, but JDG say no.
Gorgeous, gorgeous fight again from JDG and Kanavi, the man of the hour, the guy that we have turned and said, look, you need to step up for JDG. Well, he's doing that well today, stealing away that dragon, and now JDG will turn towards the Baron.
This feels a bit more like the Kanavi that we wanted to see in the LPL, right? We set up Beisheng versus Kanavi, how Kanavi was the fallen king. Last year he was the king of the jungle. This time around, it didn't feel it. Today, he is back on top. This Udyr looks great. His smites are on point.
JDG, they get that small lead, and they ain't letting it go.
And while we were in the replay, in case you didn't notice, JDG did grab a Baron for themselves, so they can now just fire away all day long. Loken is playing Lethality Varus. Having Baron while you're playing Lethality Varus is the best feeling in the world. You can just fire off shots. Nobody can contest you. They just have to hide under their tower and pray that you miss.
And you got an Azir with you. You've got an Azir that's got this big old tower behind you saying, hey, we've got this defensive bunker set up. What are you going to do about it?
Absolutely nothing is the answer, Dagda, because Missing is chucked out. He just has to run away. Breathe. He's like, I'm Mega Gnar, and they're like, yeah, we don't care. Just go back to the zoo. Oh,
you're so cute when you're angry.
I know. Now to the bottom. It's beautiful to see, because this feels a bit more like JDG from last year. This feels a bit more like the squad that won 2020 Spring, that took Top Esports to 5 games and then finished them off. We're getting a bit of reminiscence of the map play that we got to see out of JDG back then, because they have had control of this map for the vast majority of the game. Now pushing in the bottom side. Lumao happy to take a couple of hits to brute force an in-hit, but Jomung's arrived. WE want to defend their buildings here. They don't want to go down without a fight. Zoom steps on forward to get a couple of hits in. Shots onto Missing as well. But JDG being pushed away. The railgun goes a little bit shy, but in they go. Missing, trying to get the knockback. It's onto Zoom, though. He's thrown a Renekton at the carry. That's not the way you play League of Legends, my friend. Zoom, it's his birthday, and he's been gifted 5 players on WE. Can you believe this is the way the game ends? Down they go, one by one. Double kill for Zoom, who's just happily tanking double Nexus towers this entire time. Jomung forced under the grave as well, and this will be the towers going down. And you know what? Yagao didn't feel like he had enough spotlight in that fight, so he goes for a Shurima Shuffle to finish the game in style. JDG are back on form. What a way to take game number 1.
Finally, JDG show up. It has been a long L. A lot of damage in these team fights as well to deal with something like the Olaf and this Gragas. They just do have to be careful again of the range on JDG's side, because when you're looking for Beishang,
Beishang wants to get Breathe snowballing, and I can understand why with the Renekton. If we're talking about dragon fights, he's the one to go for. Beishang's here. Zoom already flashed. The belly bop is beautiful. Breathe flashes on in. It's not going to be enough. Does he have any damage? Q's coming up, but Beishang finishes the kill with the Comet Spear.
I'd actually like, and again, this is just going to continue until WE can try and go for some big play.
Speaking of big plays,
Damn.
It's onto the top side. Zoom, see you later, buddy. And now they get some turret plates to work with as well. The Demolish comes on through. Breathe barely survived again, but survive he did. Now towards the bottom side as JDG want to answer. Jomung and Missing underneath the tower, trying to get some stuns onto Lumao. Jomung has his flash and his heal available. Kanavi is low. He's underneath the tower. One more shot does go through. Missing gets the kill. 1 for 1 here as Loken and Lumao still surviving. It's a massive amount of minions.
Are able to play pretty heavily around this bottom side. This just feels like an odd timing for a lot of the resets to be coming through, and like a bit of an odd time from Kanavi. Either way, though, WE do pick it up, and Kanavi's trying to see if he can get onto Beishang.
I want to go for the Mantheon, but this is not a fight that you win, JDG. In they go, but he's completely invincible. The Gordrigging keeps him alive till the last second. He's still surviving. Missing, blocking the shots, as in everybody's come one by one. And JDG in absolute shambles. Breathe wants an 80 carry. There's a bit of a cherry on top of the play, but I think Logan will walk away with this one. He's just going to trying to push that wave out, but certainly not priority here. Is Beishang doesn't have flash. He's not going to be able to get in this pit in time. I think this just goes to JDG at this stage.
They need the flank.
So looking for the flank. Here we go. Flying in from the skies. Beishang rooted, though, and JDG maybe want this team fight. They're certainly not backing away. So it doesn't surprise me that much, Dagda, that we are seeing a bit of a slower pace than what we saw in game number 1. Oh, no. Breathe. He's face checked. He's gone into the unknown territory, and he's been punished for it. The Gordrick are just not enough. And actually, Beishang, I told you that these guys were bros, right? Beishang goes in to try and help his top laner. Will walk away with his life, but the W misses. He still goes down anyway. Zoom, he's just buying time. He still managed to survive this whole thing. We talked about the 20-minute Baron. It's up in 30 seconds. I don't think that's soon enough.
For full control over this, for this Baron area. Although, as I say that, maybe looking for a pick here.
Let's see, Jomung actually rolls forwards towards Loken. He's a madman. Vein spotting galore, but he's managed to survive, and he's looking to get some damage out as well. In goes the Viking, though, to try and shut down the Night Hunter. Beishang knocked into the rest of the team, but he's okay with that. In goes Missing. In comes the engage. Loken low. The Solar Flare tags him down, but they can't quite finish skill. Breathe can't get in range either. The Shockwave onto the backline, but everybody's surviving on JDG. Now the curtain call to pick off some stragglers. It's going to be 1 for 1, mid for mid. WE, I think, have to back away and lick their wounds.
The WE greed just got too much of them there. They had the pick onto Yagao. They saw their moment of opportunity. There's no Emperor's Divide. There's no one who can try and keep us at bay, but they forgot. You've got Zoom with these casts. You got Lumao with so much peel as well. And even Loken free firing, as you can see, able to get away from the jaws of WE. And now, what could have been a definitive Dragon 4 WE shutting down JDG.
We've got to fight. I'm more interested in what's happening right now. Here we go. Shanks picked off already. JDG starting to fight off well. Beishang's in trouble. Has the Sterix. Has a lot of his sustain, but he goes down anyway. Now missing falls. Breathe is alone. Jomung chased out by Lumao. Breathe's in the Baron Pit. He's in the back of the Baron Pit being bullied by the Purple Worm. Jomung knows he can't go anywhere. Breathe. It's on the wrong side of the play right here. Dominus is about to come up. Maybe he can at least stop the Baron play. That's his only objective at this point, but with Flash not available, he's realized this ain't happening. He backs away, although stepping on in. I'm not sure what his plan is. I don't think he's got a plan right now. He's free 2-0 right now, Doctor.
And pretty convincing one as well. And we kind of threw up the questions. What happens if we get rid of the Udyr, if we're not going to get the similar style of jungle? But Breathe?
The answer is they get a pick onto Breathe. He's rooted and knocked out of the fight. Beishang trying to distract as Lumao knocks up everybody. The Emperor's Divide comes on through as well. Shanks is still off to the side. You need a miracle if a Shockwave was to win this one out because he's the only carry and he's taken down. A double for Loken. He wants to make it 4 though as he blasts his shots on through. But Breathe gets out of range and gets safely into the base. And JDG, once you give them an inch, they will take a 1.5 miles right here. They've got the gold lead. They've got the way into this mid lane. They don't have minions to work with right now, but they might just be able to finish the tower anyway. They don't care. Now onto the inhib they go. It wouldn't surprise me too much if they overpushed, but they are, looks like, going to respect and back away.
Because this long-range comp is doing wonders against WE, and now you can see it again. WE struggling to find any sort of in-way in towards the JDG lineup.
Lumao's going to look for the hard engage because Zoom is behind everyone. In goes Yagao, and it's beautiful with the Emperor's Divide, but Breed's still surviving, and WE still grouped up. They're the first one to get a pick. And now onto Loken as well goes Beishang, but he's not quite tanky enough. Will be taken down. Shockwave onto 2. WE finally finding a fight because Jomung is free firing, but he's rooted and taken down. It all looked so good for WE until JDG tore it apart.
That was a almost fight for WE. Zoom had gone for the flank. He wasn't in a position to try and peel for the backline, and Beishang gets in onto Yagao. But with the Zhonyas, with the time bought, JDG get the fight, and they'll get the victory.
This is beautiful from JDG. It feels like this team is back on the block. It feels like they are back and fighting for one of those top spots once more. It's a glorious win here for WE. It's the beginning